Hey, buddy. Ha! Nice. Ooh. Ho ho ho. CDs. The last good medium of stuff that keeps us going. Okay. Aha. Just what I was looking for. Yes, indeed. Let's talk Samhein Witch Killers. What up, y'all? It's your boy Juggalo972 here. So, there is a lot to talk about for anybody that's been following this as long as I have. So, where does this come from? So, if you remember back in 2005 when Man's Myth and Mutant came out, these albums came out, this double album came out in between the months of June and July, respectively, in 2005. I remember this though because I ended up, really seeing this, you know, whenever I went to when I went to the Man's Myth tour that summer in 2005 out in Fort Worth, Texas. And when my buddy Pope and I first saw this for the first time, we were really excited for Fatso, and this did not disappoint. But when we saw this, and it said the return of Hectic, ROC, and Mr. Bones, we were like, holy shit, this is some old school shit. And fast forward, let's see, 2016, 2006, 2016, 2026. So that'd be 8, oh my goodness. Do the math, people. 2006, 2016, 2026. That's 2 years apart from that, though. So that's 18 years we finally got Bloodletting. But we didn't get Bloodletting the album. We got Bloodletting the EP itself. Where did this concept start? How did this all begin to manifest? Well, let's go back a little bit further in 2003, because it'll all be explained in the book. A magic book, if you remember.
Give me a second. I know you've waited a long time for this, but I still have to light a cigarette.
I want to give a shout out to JT Clark's YouTube channel for having this video of Monoxide from 2003 that was uploaded. Now, basically to summarize this video, this was happening at a time after Monoxide both got arrested for violating his probation and from getting out of jail and suffering a panic attack. Monoxide goes into detail about this condition and clarifies that he's doing okay. But he goes into more details about the Green Book, Majik Recordz, and Samhein Witch Killers, respectively. I'll let Monoxide do the explanation.
Don't ever expect anything but the unexpected, because you never know what we're going to do. You never fucking know. We started up a record label. A lot of discretion about that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like, well, what's the whole story with it? Is it just some Joe and Joey type record shit, or is it like, are y'all trying to do the damn?
If anybody remembers Majik Recordz was originally a subsidiary on Psychopathic that was going to be ran by Twiztid themselves along with Tom Dub. The way that fell apart is a whole story unto its own. But let's get back on topic.
And we're trying to do the damn. You know what I'm saying? The first project that we're working on is the Green Book. You know what I'm saying? We're half and half. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? We're funding for 50% of everything, just as the record label. You know what I'm saying? We're going to come out with Samhein Witch Killers. It's devastating. You know what I'm saying? We're looking for acts. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is legit. This is not some fly-by-night type shit. This is legit.
This is the first mention of Samhein Witch Killers. It's also mentioned here that Psychopathic helped Twiztid purchase the House of Crazy catalog from Twiztid's old manager. Later on, Twiztid would leave Psychopathic and purchase the HOK catalog themselves, and every now and then we get an HOK track released every once in a while. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh yeah, pardon my bad journalistic integrity, but the first mention we actually got of Samhein Witch Killers was actually in 2002, when Twiztid released Nosferatu version 2 under the Samhein Witch Killers name. After the closure of Majik Recordz and Twiztid ending their relationship with Tom Dub, one Dark Lotus album later, 2005 rolls around and we get the double release from Twiztid themselves, Man's Myth Volume 1 and Mutant Volume 2. Now, I've already shown the insert of the supposed release date of Bloodletting the album, Halloween 2006. But 2006 rolls around and we don't hear much of anything during this time, and with Twiztid playing Hollow Wicked in 2006 with ICP, we get something unexpected. During ICP's Weekly Freakly Weekly, and for everybody that attended Halloween Wicked in 2006, Juggalos were treated to a very rare and limited one-night release of Cryptic Collection Halloween Edition. But what was interesting about it was the track listing, the last 2 tracks on there. These 2 tracks being Spider Thing and Nightmares. Now, when asked about these particular tracks, Twiztid responded in an interview that these 2 tracks were to hold us off until the following year. Well, a year later, still nothing. Except for one thing, Clockwork Gray. Yep, you heard right. Clockwork Gray. But where and why? Oh, I'll show you where. Right smack dab in the middle. Inside looking out. Listed under SWK, Samhein Witch Killers. This, at this point, though, is the last time we hear about Samhein Witch Killers putting music out. Mind you, this is 2007. And it wasn't until 2008 during an interview with Twiztid on the Toxic Terror Tour.
Never dead, never gone, never coming back. If you can make sense out of that, there you go.
Some tracks are recorded. So, possibly.
Just a sec.
Possibly.
Yes.
That's a possible. Not nothing in stone, but that's a possible.
Never dead, never gone, never coming back. Okay. To me, this sounds like this was supposed to be a reboot or a return of House of Crazies, but with a little bit more oomph to it. And it's also been mentioned that this was supposed to be a supergroup that also included Blaze Dead Homie, ROC, Hectic, Mr. Bones, Prozac and Project Deadman, and Mikey Clark too. But I want to notate some other thing too. The track When It Gets Dark. This is also on Cryptic Collection Halloween Edition as well. But it was mentioned on a different EP as well. Let's take a look at that. Fright Fest 2005. Much like Halloween Wicked, I believe, like how they did with Fright Fest 2003, Twiztid what I believe, for everybody that attended, if anybody can actually, verify this for me too, this would actually help. But for everybody that attended Fright Fest, also got the Fright Fest EP as well. And for everybody that attended, also, if you looked in the back of the EP, it said, okay, in the front it said Fright Fest 2005, but in the back it showed everybody who was represented. Basically everybody who performed their sets for that night too. Twiztid themselves, JD the Weed Man, who was featured but didn't perform, Tech 9, Big Chris Calico, Blaze Dead Homie, and Project Deadman. All produced by Mikey Clark. And when you look at the track listing, it says right here, it's Halloween intro, Bag Snatching, In the Dark, and Need Some Help. A track that's not considered an SWK track, but something that I always speculated. You look back here, Nosferatu version 2, When It Gets Dark, Nightmares, Spider Thing, Inside Looking Out, and this one right here, which I mentioned in my community post, Wicked OG. Now, for those who don't know Wicked OG, interestingly enough, Wicked OG has actually already been featured on a Mikey Clark Psychopathic release. I believe it's Murder Mix Volume 2, and that track is called Kill the Wicked Witch Remix. Now, what's funny though, because after not hearing about it for so long and then that randomly showing up on the track list, I had a feeling like this was one of those things that was just never finished. Now we know, because Wicked OG is actually using the instrumentals of what would become Project Deadman's track, Corporate Lies. Interesting, I know. Shall we give it a listen?
All of my life I've been a victim of this corporation. Devastation across this nation filled with contemplation. And now I'm manic, depressed, paranoid, obsessed, compulsive. I am afraid, so I will buy impulsive. A perfect puppet of political propaganda. Prozac is dropping bombs like the Cuban Missile Crisis. Havana, the satellite systems and tracking devices, barcodes, GPS and the radiation from your cell phone. DNA clones, chromosomes, and yet we all condone. Mass production equals depletion of the ozone. Consumerism causes death to organisms, mainly human and animal. The war machine is cannibal.
I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to keep.
And now we're running out of time. We must be out of fucking line. This country's built on corporate lies. How many soldiers had to die? release his soul inside a garbage can. Screaming to get out, trying to figure out how to set the monster free and be wicked without a doubt. Wicked minds think wicked thoughts all the time, so we hide them in reverse and hope you catch it when we rewind. And keep in mind, I'm a killer, wicked witch, wig splitter, wicked shit, spitter, cemetery, grave digger. I'm the type of killer with an axe in your face and a butcher knife jammed in your waist. Look in my face before you dig it. Wicked, wicked, all star is ripping me apart, and I can't deal with it. Wicked, 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 my head, they're telling me I'm dead and I can't raise it. Wicked, 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 all star is ripping me apart, and I can't deal with it. Wicked, 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 my head, they're telling me I'm dead and I can't raise it.
This has been a video that I've been wanting to make for the longest time. I knew the moment that I started covering SWK and started like following it, you know, throughout all these years. It's finally nice to kind of come full circle with that, though. I'm not gonna lie, though. I think a lot of us were just a little like, even for myself, I think we were all a little disappointed that we didn't get at least a little bit more. But like how Monoxide said, you know, like how Twiztid said, man, it was how many, and he was right. 6 tracks. But for everybody out there who supported all the sources, I want to thank on YouTube Mimus, JT Clarks for the Monoxide interview. And by the way, Mimus is the one who provided the Bloodletting EP on YouTube. Go check his channel out. He's brand new. Also, Juggalo News as well. Juggalo News are still doing stuff. They're still covering the footage too. They're still interviewing everybody. VegaLovers.net. I still want to credit them though because I used to write for them as well. Discogs on Discog.com, Genius.com as well. Other YouTube and even Etsy as well. I found some other sources on Etsy of all places too. I won't say which ones were which though, but those are going to remain private. Other than that though, this has been a lot of fun. Hey, Bloodletting, man. It may not be, you know, exactly what we all wanted though, but hey, I'm actually happy that I got it though, and I am going to treasure this. I am going to honestly treasure this EP. I'm going to treasure finally having something on hard copy. And even for myself, though, who did my own fan-made version of an unreleased album. I'm a little biased, though, because I put it together. But, hey, it's nice to finally have it for real. So I think it was worth the wait, though. It really was. Because I'm not going to lie, I marked out for huge when I found out about this. Other than that, I'm going to get up out of here. Much love. Peace. God bless. Be good to each other. Whoop, whoop. And, hey, man, there's a new House of Crazies coming out on my anniversary on Halloween next month. So, can't wait. I already know what I'm going to ask my wife for it, too. So, peace, y'all.